Hey, RPM Trey Vietnam in this bitch. Hopefully everybody's doing good today. Shout out to my new subs. I think y'all are going to be surprised, and I would like to see, how surprised you are, or what it is that you think about the work once you've discovered, what I really do, who I really am. In the face of the fact that I get a lot of new subs from YouTube Shorts. And when I do my YouTube Shorts, it's typically just in the vein of what everybody else is doing, trying to get popular or get noticed or are getting noticed, or, use these little popular sounds that'd be like, something funny somebody says, or something that's might be unrelated to firearms ownership. But if you listen to just the sound bite, you can spin it to be, something like supporting of, or maybe even not in support of gun ownership, and then you play this little sound in the background and you do your little video and you show a gun off. People go sub if they like the gun. They have no idea that they just sub to a gun rights activist that does not like the Constitution. This is where you are now. So welcome, because I'm not a guy on YouTube trying to show guns off. That's not what the fuck I'm doing, man. This ain't even what the fuck it is that I'm doing when I'm talking to y'all from the car. This ain't what I'm doing. This is the in-between, bro. For me to get my shit off in between open carry demos. This is what it is that I do. I openly carry AR-15s out in public with a bulletproof vest on, with all of the 30-round magazines that I can carry. Well, I could carry more, but I got 3 across my level 4 plate carrier, 1 in the magazine, most often 1 in the chamber of the AR-15. One guy tried to call me out on it on IG, and he says, look at you trying to be, he says something like I was trying to be cool for the gram by walking around in public with an AR-15 with the safety off, taking pictures. Fact of the matter is, dumbass, this is why I hate people, bro. This is what I hate about people, and I think that it's funny, and the internet does one thing very well. It exposes people for who they really are, even if you get on the internet being fake, being something that you're not, or playing, or only showing a certain side of your fucking life, like you're happy and you're above other people when really you're not. All of that, bro. The internet exposes all of that, and I like that, because this dude is a fucking idiot, just like most people on the fucking internet, because he thinks he knows me off of a picture. He's got no idea that I'm way smarter than that. Why the fuck would I rack around in the chamber of an AR-15 or any firearm in public and be handling it for a picture while actually fucking running around with one in the chamber? There's not one in the chamber of that gun, you jackass. You jackass. The safety ain't on, because on an AR-15, you can't even engage the safety if there's no round in the chamber. What you need a safety for if there's no round in the chamber? So it appears to be off safety because it's not even chamber, because I knew to take these pictures, I would have to sit down, maybe kind of maneuver the gun to put it over my lap or something like that to take the picture. Or I might even put slight, right before the picture is taken, slightly put my hand over the on the pistol grip, take the picture. If I know I'm doing any of that at all, trigger discipline is out there. I know not to even put my finger on the fucking trigger. I am so far above the idiot that people might think that they see off of a fucking picture on Instagram. Shut up. You have no idea who the fuck you're talking to. That's what I hate. People talk to me like I'm a guy showing guns off. Oh, that gun's not the coolest gun you could have bought. You must not have no money. I'm going, boy, I'm so far away from the guy that you talk to like that, you have no idea who you're talking to. This is weird to me. It's like trying to explain like the basic concepts to engineering practices to a master engineer who you happen to be standing next to in public, and you don't know that that's who you're talking to. You're trying to talk down unknowingly to somebody who's far above who the fuck it is that you are. It's like I'm listening to some kids fucking tell me a stupid story, and I'm going, yeah, trying to like give them the attention that they're asking for the whole time, knowing that this whole fucking conversation is beneath me. My mind is over the fucking moon right now on bigger things, and I'll listen to your story. I'll listen to you. I'll smile. I'll high five you when you're a cool story, bro, like that. right? This is how I feel when I'm talking to all of these idiots on the fucking internet. And then when I'm telling him this, that there's not one in the fucking chamber, and if he knows anything about an AR-15, he would know that you couldn't even engage that safety anyway. He sends back a laughing emoji with a finger pointing at me. And I go, I'm talking to children. You think a real man would have been like, oh, true that, true that. That's what's up. At least you know fucking better. Have you seen some of these videos on the internet of these assholes playing around with guns, trying to be cute and shit, and then boom, something happened, then we supposed to have a conversation? I go, yeah, fuck them. They stupid, bro. I OCD about the condition or readiness of my firearm the entire time. You have no idea. You have no idea who you're talking to. The OCD about how to handle a fucking firearm will save you. Thousands of people right here in Cedar Rapids have fucking firearms, and we almost never have an accidental discharge around here. The one happened for the first time, and I don't even know if I've ever heard of an accidental discharge around here in the news. That don't mean that it hasn't happened. I just haven't caught wind of any of them. But there was one that happened about 2 weeks ago. Maybe 3, almost 3, maybe about 2 weeks ago. Here in Cedar Rapids. The woman shot her own damn self in the leg. Accidental discharge because she's stupid. If you OCD like I do about the condition of your fucking firearms when you're handling it, I'm talking about fucking laser focus. Damn near you can catch me fucking mumbling to myself where you might even hear me go, okay, magazine out. Okay, get that round out of there. There's that round. Okay, check that. I don't see no round. Sometimes you hear me talking myself through this shit. I be mumbling to myself, talking myself through this shit sometimes. If you OCD hyper focus on what the fuck it is you're doing with a gun in your hand, what mistake are you going to make, man? People are lackadaisical. They just kind of go along with it, easily distracted, not paying attention. Finger on the trigger. You already breaking something. Very often people are blatantly ignoring the one or multiple of the 4 basic gun safety rules when handling a firearm. It ain't even that fucking hard to understand. It's so easy. You've done more complicated shit than this. That's what blows my mind. Whole time this idiot is on the man, shut the fuck up, bruh. Shut the fuck up. It's frustrating because I got a high standard for human interaction, and I got an expectation that I really wish, and I thought that maybe what would happen is that people will take full advantage of an opportunity like this that did not exist 200 years ago. That you can communicate with your fellow man with an opportunity to say something good, say something positive, say something helpful, get to know somebody. See if people that you thought were different than you, see how similar you really are with the opportunity to communicate like this. Huh? It's crazy. Take an opportunity to see how crazy humanity really is, how dumb people really are. NPCs and weird trolly ass people who take this opportunity to do shit like that, I think is crazy to me. This idea that you can call this country free when we can all look right at the control so easily is just like so ironic to me that I might stand out as being ignorant, offbeat, off-putting, off the mark, off my square about what it is that I say when I examine government business, gun control, international business, the secrecy behind the history of this country and even the world too, and what advantage that gives to people who want to further control it. When I point to these things, I find it very disturbing that people don't run to give their input or insight or try to rush to give me information that they think that I might find useful that maybe I don't know, or to spark the conversation, or to ask me what the fuck it is that I'm talking about with a healthy, sincere curiosity. The topic in and of itself should be so important. All of these topics should be so important to everyone that I would think that I would see the most mature, most direct, most honest side of a person when I tap you on your shoulder to remind you that there's dark, powerful things going on in the world, and you're standing right here as a grown-ass man, and duty's calling you, whether you answer it or not, intentionally or consciously, you do answer it. The whole world is saying, where are the strong men to save this shit? You answer that question every morning when you wake up and you don't got a gun. When you wake up and you don't know what the government is doing. When you wake up and you don't know what the government is doing, you don't like them, but you refuse to bring the level of scrutiny and then the propensity to stand up to the shit that you pretend to glorify, This Constitution, the Second Amendment, the First Amendment, all of them, right? All of this shit. My signal been on for like half a block, you dumb bitch. You stupid. You closed the gap when I was trying to move and you saw me. And then blame me when I want to take the spot. You crazy. You ain't even that tough like that. You should take it easy. Put that, you can keep your finger to yourself. Stupid. Get the fuck out of the way. This is what the problem is, bruh. Fucking dumbass. Overly aggressive. Overly aggressive. What the fuck was all that for? People crazy. People act like the road is theirs. This woman is like 3 car lanes behind me. I click my signal. But see, this is partly my fault. I'm always the one trying to be super polite. I click my signal. She started going further. I start waiting like, you not going to back down? And as I waited, hesitated, wondering why the fuck she's speeding up, she closed the gap even more. And then I'm like, man, I'm taking this. And by then, now it's a conflict. And what I should have did is click my signal and took that shit. Instead of trying to be polite, like being like, don't you see my signal? Watch me move. Nah, that ain't enough for people. This bitch is acting like I'm in the wrong. We coming to the intersection. I need to turn right here. You're not thinking about all this to be like, oh, let me just not even pump your brake, you dummy. Get off your accelerator for 2 seconds and you'll probably create enough gap that I will move on into the space and everything will be fine. And then there's this potential for a conflict. Come on, man. Dumb. And you probably don't feel that spark of diligence to act and stand your ground for who you are as a person. You don't act like that about the shit that's in life that's calling you to duty for real. Man, you want to pick a fight in traffic. Shut up. Crazy, man. That was unnecessary. But listen, what is it that you call freedom? What is it that you call freedom? You can look right at the not so freedom bullshit right in front of you. 30-something states have decriminalized or flat out legalized on some level, or even if it's just for medical purposes, 30-some states in this country has changed what it is that they thought they should be doing and thinking and feeling and reacting to the public, grown-ass people, about marijuana. Look how wrong they were all of this fucking time, and no one's holding them accountable for when they were wrong. When they were wrong, they said, this is what we're saying, and by the graces of this Constitution and the fucking law society, you're going to respect us for being exactly right and in the moral position to do whatever we want to do to you about the fucking marijuana. This is what they convinced you, and you said, sir, yes, sir. The law is the law. And then you allow them to do shit to you, that later on they say, we probably shouldn't have did that because we probably not going to do it no more. Not like that. That don't even feel right to us no more. And that's crazy to me. And that y'all go, oh, well, then when y'all was wrong, what gave y'all the power to be wrong? The illusion of authority. You thought that it was up to them to tell you how to fucking deal with that shit, and that you should bow in submission when they catch a weed dealer or somebody smoking weed. Look at what it is that they do to these people, right? And now they won't. And now in a lot of states they won't act like that towards you. That means something. It means something so detrimental that I think that looking past that, to pick another leader for the country is going to guarantee that everything else below that is going to go according to their plan, and you will forever be lost in calling this country free when you can look at the not so free shit right in front of you, and then you still go, looks like freedom to me. And I think you sound like a fucking idiot. And that's every one of you that will ever call this country free. It's just not. And if I have to say that to grown people that cannot feel me, that did not understand it until I said it, or that will try to refute what it is that I'm saying, to try to say that this country is free, I bet you can't give me no examples of how this country and how it fucking runs align with what your God said was freedom. With this what is this free will that you talk about when you talk about your religion, when you cross an imaginary line and you can smoke all of the weed, bro? Then you cross back over to a different imaginary a section of geography that's outlined by this illusionary thing that's not even really there at all, because those lines can change too. They weren't always there, and they can change. And then you cross over, and then all of a sudden what you do to your own body can be held against you. You can be thrown in a cage, and then it will affect your kids' life either without you, or that they might even separate you from your kids to put your kids into a foster care, which is known to be not the best environment for kids, because what goes on inside of that shit is kind of dark sometimes, and you guys know that stuff too. So while you know all of these little things, you watch it all operate in this way, and I think you're a fucking asshole to call this place free or to ignore these little simple things it is that I'm pointing out. I can't look past that to look to a ruler, a president, especially when I do look there and I see more darkness, more darkness. They smoked a sitting president in front of every fucking body, bruh. You know what that means? That sometimes behind what you call a government is something lurking. And whatever it is that's lurking won't allow a president like Kennedy that everybody liked. You know, he wasn't the best person. He had some holes over here and some holes over there. Might have been doing a little something. To me, that don't make him a bad man. If you know the nature of a man, that you know you can't be the leader of the fucking free world and say no to every woman that tries to make herself available to you. Stop it. I don't care what it is that you want or the way you think the world should be. What do you think is, though? Very naturally. Very naturally. A fucking sitting president gonna want to put his dick in something. Stop it. I don't give a fuck what else he did that was even bad. The fact of the matter is, some of the things that he was doing, JFK, was trying to point out this dark, shadowy figure behind the veil that I was trying to explain to y'all. Right? And look what they did to him. And that should be enough to make people say, I will forever wonder and expect that maybe a dark force behind what we want to be comfortable in identify government as some kind of protector and provider of the freedom and the justice, when really all they do is manage, and then they mismanage all of these damn things is what really happens. But why would you not expect that, like a bolt of lightning, you may be surprised to realize that when things don't go according to whatever the dark shadowy figure behind the veil is wanting, that they will heavily affect things on the other side of the curtain in front of everybody. Then we go, oh, what happened? Who did this? And back then they going, and behind the veil they going, motherfucker, this is our shit. And we put people out here to be like, you do that shit for us like this. And when people get out of line, we go, then you go, damn, who just swatted a fucking sitting president? That shit, that should scare y'all that y'all never trusted that shit is not still back there, because whoever or whatever that was didn't just show up that day. They are there, probably exercising other control in other endeavors and down other avenues. That how much of the shit played off in government business back then and now, that was because of the shadowy figure that said that what's going on out in front of everybody needs to be corrected. Harsh as fuck. They want to send a message and all of that, because they could have did this with some poison at a banquet to try to make it look like the poor fucking man ate a piece of chicken and maybe something's wrong with it. Maybe even if somebody poisoned him, okay, fine. But he was only dead in front of the people at an exclusive banquet with a limited availability, and the qualifications to even get inside of this fucking place is so detailed that it wasn't the average public man that even had to watch this man die. They killed him in front of everybody to make it look like this, to do something. The effect that had on anybody back then especially, and even us now, to have to even ponder, with a friend of mine telling me that what happened 60 years ago has no relevance today. We haven't solved that crime. Now, if I told her that a bunch of women were serial taken, a serial taking of women's sexual energy against their will, let's say that happened to a bunch of women, and then they all got their ass smoked too, and this was 60 years ago, and we find evidence to reawaken a cold case on a crime that happened to women like this, she would say justice is justice. Ain't no statute of limitations. Get they ass. That's what she would say about a situation like that, because emotionally she would be drawn to the woman thing. But if I say a sitting president while she's talking about voting for a president, she act like my comment was offbeat, irrelevant. Why the fuck would I even say that? That's got nothing to do with the conversation right now today at all. And then I'm just talking. That I'm babbling and none of this shit matters or even is relevant at all. That's weird. People are crazy, inconsistent. Act like they got the moral high ground on shit, but can't even hold consistency. The morality that they act like needs to be injected into these types of discussions and topics. Well, that's what we doing then. Ain't no statute of limitations. Who smoked Kennedy? I don't give a fuck how old it is. It's relevant because then you got to wonder where were they before they smoked Kennedy and what did they successfully create for us while they were back there exercising this control. What was it that Kennedy was doing that they were saying, you fucking with the control that we've been had and that we want to continue to have? Get the fuck out of here. We want people to see you too because they can do anything. Why they kill them in front of everybody? This is the kind of stuff that's weird, man, that people think that they can just brush it to the side. Who's to say that that force isn't still there? Why would it not be? What would have stopped it? If a sitting president can get his ass smoked, what would have stopped what it is that did that? We can't even name these motherfuckers for sure. Not all of them. Not the interior, not the exact motives. Or it's a spooky situation to assume that, whew, I'm glad they're going now, is fucking retarded. Ain't it? Don't it sound crazy? There's something that dramatic can be discarded 60 years later as if it could not have any relevance. It probably had relevance 60 years before they smoked Kennedy. Who are these people? What makes you think they showed up the day before to do this? Their presence must have been strong, man. That's not freedom. There was no freedom. If Kennedy can be smoked like that, the country wasn't free when that happened. It was obviously under a shadow control system that had to reveal itself in an aggressive way to prove a point to Kennedy and anybody else, to make their mark on history when they did that. I don't know why you would downplay something like that. I think that's so weird. It's so weird, man. I don't understand it, but yeah, whatever. RPM trade Vietnam in this bitch. Wu Bang, get a gun. And if you want to talk about freedom, you want to talk about guns, you want to mock my choice of firearm as if every firearm that I have you've seen. No, you haven't. So you don't know if the ones that you think that I should have gotten or that I don't already have. You don't know that. You should shut up. Use this energy for something else. Use your opportunity to communicate with humanity through the conduit with this cell phone technology and the internet. Use it wisely. Appreciate the fact that you're even born at this time in history, that you're here right now. Oh no, you can't. I can't make a man out of you. It's way too late for that. I'm not gonna make a man out of you through the fucking internet. Your father failed. Your mother raised a bitch. If you think that you trolling me on the internet is cool, like it's funny, there's way more fun. There's more funny, entertaining things you can do. Especially if you think that you trolling and then me responding makes me responding kind of like the person in the wrong. Because why would I even respond to you? This is what outsiders say. Why would you even respond to them? Because people need to know they're stupid, bro. This motherfucker's probably never been called a stupid, petty bitch in his life. He needs to hear it from a real fucking man that's got the courage and the integrity and the tenacity that it takes to do what it is that I'm even really doing anyway. Open carry demonstrations in a country like this at a time like this is fucking awesome. For no one to stand up to do what it is that I'm doing will be a goddamn fucking shame if you like guns. Don't it look like, well, what I'm doing is like, yeah, somebody do that part too. Yeah, somebody should probably do that. Somebody should probably stand up and go, I'm here, man. I'm out here. And it's legal too, so your law society agrees. Now, who the fuck out here got a problem with it? What's wrong with doing that? That's what I step out here to do. Who's got a problem with it? Huh? The cops that can't honor their oath? I dare you, bro. Shut the fuck up. You know where you belong. Stay in your place. Right? I'm not giving you no ID. Don't fucking touch me. If you shoot and you wrong, the fuck you think I'm gonna do? Just die. I'll just die then. If the cops start bugging, I'll just die. I'll lay down and die. Nope. Who would do that? Might die, but I ain't gonna lay down and do it. Somebody needs to be real like that. You know? As soon as you say that somebody should not, or that why would I, or what would be the point of this, then I know very clearly that you are a bitch. You're way too soft. You could not be of any use to anybody if you think that what I'm doing in the way that I'm doing. I mean, I have a sign that says hug an AR owner. right? And then I solicit the hugs from the public. I used to be on Facebook. Facebook got me the fuck up out of there with a hard ban. I can never go back. And YouTube is shadow banning my shit and then striking my shit for every little thing that they can. And then trolls will help them too, which is crazy. And I'm the only person in the country doing this, saying what I'm saying and doing this consistently for what it is, and I'm doing all of this. I think it's a beautiful thing, and I think some people just go, look how unique and rare this motherfucker is. He is really, literally one of 300 million plus, 300 plus million. He's one of 300 plus million people, and there's only one that looks like that. Look at that. And some people don't like it. Some people feel bad about themselves with that, but it's not intended to make anybody or any of y'all feel bad. It's meant to inspire you, because I say all the time that I'm no better than anybody. I'm an average person. I am no better than anybody. As a matter of fact, I find it to be disappointing when I seem to be rare. It's disappointing. It's disturbing, actually, because when I got out here, I didn't get out here to be like, man, I'm rare. I get out here to be like, I know you motherfuckers feel me. I ain't the only one that feel like this, that see this shit, that understand. I know I ain't the only fucking one, and I'm not the only one with the understanding for sure. But then I had to discover for myself, to get out here does take some courage. I was nervous when I first started. The first 1 or 2 times I was nervous, and then after that I felt like I was getting out of my car to pump gas. I didn't care. It was nothing. As a matter of fact, every time I do an open carry demo, as soon as it's over, I hate to take my carrier off. I hate to put my AR away. I hate to go back to the t-shirt and the Glock on my hip. I hate to go back to that. I feel underdressed. A cop will feel underdressed too when they hyper focus on their protection and provisions expected inside their duty. They will feel underdressed, feeling like they're on duty, but not bringing everything that they need. And I feel like I'm always on duty. What a cop feels, I feel like that 24/7. I'm armed security for my family, actually. And you should make yourself into that. What's wrong with that? I think your kids deserve that. I think your wife or your girlfriend deserves that. I think you deserve it, especially if you got the big heart. If you're a better man than me with a bigger heart than me, then yeah, then you should get a gun too. If your heart ain't bigger than mine, then don't talk to me about my gun, because I already run the moral debate and the moral battle between us. As soon as I'm a better man than you, I don't give a fuck about what you think about my gun. And if you don't like me, then fucking say that still. If you don't, after all of this, after understanding who I am, and you still don't like me, then you can say that shit, but I bet you won't do nothing. And that's what's cool about the gun too. Is that it's like, okay, we'll have difference of opinion, especially if people want to be like aggressively against what it is that I'm doing, which I would find to be strange. I can always walk with the comfort that I know you're not gonna actually do nothing to me. So now I can take your opinion like a man. We can just discuss, and we can get disrespectful if you want to, but I can casually engage you in discussion, because I know that it's not gonna go nowhere else. And if it does, then you're just gonna prove to be the problem, because I solicit hugs from the public. I'm never going to be the problem. I've proven that already. You know who I am when I approach these things. If there's ever a problem, especially when I'm out on the streets, everybody's going to know that that probably wasn't me. Because why would I just pick somebody who don't want that smoke with me for me to start acting tough with them while I'm doing an open carry demonstration? Why would I do that? It don't even make no sense. You would know that it wasn't me. This is the protection. The honest stepping into your role as a defensively protective man becomes protection in and of itself, because nobody, not even the cops in my fucking city, would hear of a shooting involving me, and they will all go, I bet you Trey wasn't in the wrong. What's the story? Before you even tell me the story, I'm just going to assume, safely assume, Trey wasn't in the wrong. He probably didn't do that. Now what happened? And then they do that to you. And the cops in this city would do that. That's how they would approach it. That's what I've done with what it is that I'm doing. A black man in the middle of Iowa have gotten Cedar Rapids police into a cycle of seeing me do this over and over again, signing all, hugging people on my social media, proving that strangers will come up and hug me, that somebody's going to understand me. Watch. I'll get out here like this and people go, I'll hug you anyway. I'm not just going to accept you. I will hug you. I will walk up to you, bro, putting myself in this danger zone, this bubble of a danger zone around this man with an AR-15. to give a hug, which the world fucking needs, and I'm doing. So you see what I'm saying? It's ingenious, actually. And it is protection because no one's ever going to believe that I was the aggressor in an unnecessary fucking shooting because I want to be a jerk to somebody who didn't even want no smoke with me like that I bullied somebody. Nope. Never have in my fucking life. That's the testimony that brought me here in the first place. And now that I'm here doing this with the scary AR-15, and I still can paint myself in a light that law enforcement would not believe that I was the aggressor. The cops wouldn't believe it. This is how you win with intelligence, man, by getting out there. Be who the fuck you are. Be what you think the world needs to be. Crazy. I'll be out here this weekend probably. Mwah. I'll be out here this weekend probably. The weather gonna change soon. It'll be too cold for this shit. So I better get my ass out here and let it be known, man. We need to hit some new towns, man. We didn't travel much this year. We didn't travel much last year either, and that's kind of whack, but we should be doing that. Shout out to RPM Javier Gavos, my first cousin. The only person who I really trust to consistently get out here with me. He with the shits, he mean that shit. And we just came to an understanding as men, man, that yeah, man, we brought all of the moral high ground with us, man. We are the good guys. The cops are not the good guys. They can make you turn your pockets inside out. Give us that money, motherfucker. They can rob you, slow motion rob you by writing you a citation to give you 30 days. He don't got to run up to your car with his gun on his hip and say, give me $150, and then you pass the money to him, and then he drives off, because that could actually happen, but that would look like a robbery. They write you the citation to make you go to a court or do all this official shit. That way, when you hand the money over to them, well, within 30 days, it looks like you kind of gave it to somebody that wasn't even the guy that pulled you over when you pay it. And there's no guns around, so that it looks different. This is an illusionary thing, and when I describe it in this way, you got to look at that and go, either what he described is accurate or not. And if it's accurate, how can I come to a different conclusion of what it is that Trey's coming to, that there's something wrong here with this shit? He don't come to your door, and then you go, here, 150, leave me alone. It won't happen like that. It'll look too much like a robbery. Am I lying? That's helping something that will be robbery if I did it appear to not look like robbery when they do it, man. Kiss my dick. Y'all are dumb. Niggas is dumb. Don't say shit to me. If you don't like me, I bet you're not going to be able to explain it. You won't be able to explain why you don't like me. You'll just have hurt feelings, and I'm not going to yield to hurt feelings. You have to describe it to me how the cops are better fucking men than me, and that there is no immoral actions behind law enforcement that would take away their score at the end of the fucking scoring. How you gonna score me and the fucking cop and get to the end of them and go, the cop scored higher in these different points that we wanted to address about courage, weapons training, because they fucking suck. What it takes to qualify for the shooting that the cops got to do, the training and shit, what it takes to qualify. I heard from a former cop, it's fucking bullshit, and he thought that they should be going more than that because people was barely passing the test, and the fucking shooting test was fucking, the bar was already low. This is what a former cop told me before, right? So I don't want to hear that shit about none of the gun handling, right? What it is that you can do to get a cop to shoot at you, I couldn't shoot at you for those same things, and I wouldn't. It would have to be defense only. I only have that one reason. It's defense of myself or someone innocent who is being bullied physically in ways that they do not deserve. They did not even earn this aggression from you. I have the moral high ground to say, I get to stop you, bro, and we're going to see where this goes. Good luck, man, because I'm not going to let you do this to them or to me. What the fuck? That makes sense, and everybody can understand that sentiment. A cop got reason that he'd be like, I don't even know all the reasons. Let me get this fucking book of laws out. Ooh, I didn't even know that was a reason that I could use to fuck you up. I just learned something today. Like, they would go through this long list, and it won't even all be familiar to them, but all of them would be reasons that they would have to say that they had to get on your ass, and if you resist it, it could turn into your death real easy. They not going to let you fight them for long. You damn sure not going to be fighting them and winning the fight. Niggas turn up on you. And the cops can create that environment for you, and I can't. If I don't win, man, kiss my dick. You stupid. You in your feelings if you think that I'm the one wrong when I examine this shit in this way. RPM Trey Vietnam in this bitch. Woo bang, get a gun, be your own man. You're not going to be armed security for your family, and you could be. You lacking, bro. You're missing something in life. You're missing something, man.